everyone, I'm Brandon from Zaid Comics, artist and co-creator on Magicop, which is on Indiegogo right now. I'm just one half of the two best-looking brothers in all of comics. And today, we're doing another movie poster breakdown. And in honor of Bollywood month here at Zaid Comics, we're taking a look at classic 2011 Bollywood amazing movie poster. And so let's see what we have to look at today. So we're going to be looking at the movie poster for everybody's favorite Indian Hindi movie, Cop Singham. As it is Bollywood month here at Zaid Comics, I figured we would take a look at this amazing poster for Singham, and as the first of the week going into this month. And I'm sure you guys have seen this action movie, some of the ridiculous clips of some of these Bollywood movies out on Twitter, you know, where they're jumping over cars and flipping things and doing all kinds of very ridiculous stuff. We could see that even on this poster. So this poster here is doing an excellent representation of giving the audience a perfect glimpse into what the movie is about. And we're going to take a look and see exactly what's going on here. And I'm not super familiar with the Bollywood Hindi movie poster scene, you know, with their elements and stuff that they throw into their posters. But we're going to look at it from at least the American standpoint and see what kind of cool things that they've done, you know, some unique things, and then some of the more ridiculous mistakes that they have on here going forward. So let's see what we got to look at here. So we have your main characters here. It's just very classic. I think that the trope of like that kind of Bollywood scene of receiving American movies much later than you would see them here in the United States. It looks like they're back at least a decade here on these poster designs. This movie did come out in 2011, and it is, I'm sure as well as everybody knows, it is a remake of a 2010 movie of the same name. So they waited a full year before they remade the movie, and then this is what we have here. So we have your main characters, very strong right here in the front, in the foreground, very, very prominent. These three guys, pretty sure this is this guy, and but we have him kind of as a tertiary character, which is very unusual that we would have him so close to the center, especially in, let's clear this, especially in this circular area. You know, we have this kind of bounding these characters together. It's very unusual that we would have the same character, if I'm not mistaken, here within these set of characters. You know, usually you'd want another character from the movie or something, or you would put this guy, you know, somewhere else on the poster to signify that it's the same guy, but, you know, in a different state of the movie. Really unusual, but I do like this explosion that's happening in the background, very action-packed based. You know, it's not like a big fiery explosion, but with this red going into this orange, into like this whitish in the background, it's giving you that big explosion, but it's kind of fluid-like, you know, it's got like that blood or paint explosion thing. Surely they just used some sort of Photoshop paintbrush to accomplish that. But it is pretty cool looking. It's very engaging. It's almost like a poster that you would see for like a 90s or late 80s action TV show. Getting like a Magnum PI vibe off of this. It's pretty funny. But we do have, you know, your strong characters, very strong stance. You know, they're making a statement here on this, you know, how cool this guy is and how strong these characters are going to be in the movie. And he's like the #1 guy. And so they're doing an excellent job with these poses, you know, the stances and the way that they're facing in here. You know, the classic, we're going to look off screen here, off camera. And this guy's looking directly at the camera, which is kind of unusual, but, you know, it's more of like maybe he's rescuing you or he's telling you to get back or something. I'm not really sure, but it's commanding to the viewer of the poster, which is which is cool, very nice, unusual but cool. This guy's running into action. I probably would have had him running off, maybe, I don't know. But again, with their intention here, I think they're trying to engage the viewer, especially with how many times this character is looking at the camera. So we have 1, 2, and then we have him down here with another power stance. Like, look at how amazing this character is supposed to be portrayed here. You know, we have a very strong conveyance message going on, and they're doing. You're getting the message. You know, they're laying it on pretty thick here, but we're getting the message. So, you know, the red, and I mean, there's a little bit of orange and stuff in here. We don't have the classic orange and blue that you would normally have in like an adventure movie or anything. This is like strictly action. So we have like this yellow to red thing going on, which is fine. You know, we have these exploding cars in the side, which is giving us a lot of information about what this movie's going to be. I haven't seen this movie. I imagine this movie's just non-stop, ridiculous action, which this is what this poster is giving us here. And then we have a really strong font being used for the title. Just pretty classic, you know, very bold. There's nothing crazy going on here. We have like this rusty metal looking texture going on over the font. I don't know, it's fine, I guess. It ties into what we have going on here with this orange. So like this orange is definitely distinct enough from here, which is really dark red, which is nice because you want that distinction. But it does have this tie-in with this orange and then going into the white, so we have like this gradiated area going here, which ties this in pretty nicely. You know, when posters do that, they do, you know, they're doing a good job because that's something that's really important. You want to be able to tie in the important parts of your poster, and obviously, you know, the name of your movie, or what I imagine the name of this is probably the name of his character. Very, very important to do to solidify in the minds of the viewers. Going down here, we kind of have this like grindhouse style thing with the guy walking away from probably the explosion up here or something. Pretty cool. You know, we talked about the power stances already. At the bottom, just your classic directors and things like that. Pretty normal. They're really throwing around that Reliance Entertainment. Let's do a count. We got 1, we got 2, 3, 4, let's see, 5, 6. So there's 6 times on this poster that it is a Reliance Entertainment presents a Rohit Sethi film, Singham, produced by none other than Reliance Entertainment. I feel like this is really overkill. They've they have the logo up here. You're normally going to put all that stuff down here in the like this baseline stuff at the bottom. This is another logo? No. And this is unnecessary. I mean, I don't know if Reliance Entertainment is like this huge deal over there, and maybe it's like, you know, maybe they need to tell everybody a million times that they're the ones making this movie. Maybe there's like a bunch of other horrible movie production companies that make really bad knockoff movies or something. But like these guys are the guys that are making the good remake of Singham, because you don't want to go see any of the other ones. So you got to let them know that Reliance is the one doing this one here. This is pretty unusual. This is up here in the top corner, the date of release. Normally you'd want to put that somewhere down here because, well, let's say in an American movie poster or even, you know, like Western culture movie poster, you know, that's something that you would go from like title, and then you would start scaling down with importance of stuff. And so you'd have your art, and then you'd have your title, and then you'd go into like something less important, and, you know, and then it would be the date or something like that, and then maybe the website, you know, so that you could read things or see it in order of importance. A lot of times you'll put the titles off on different areas, but, you know, it's still based on order of importance, the size, things like that. This is really unusual. I haven't seen this a lot here in the United States, but maybe in the Bollywood scene that's a pretty normal practice. I don't know. I mean, it's also kind of indie, I would say. Very unusual, kind of let's do things different for the sake of being different. So maybe that's what's going on here. A nice tie-in with a single font face for the entire poster. A lot of times we'll see many different font styles. So it's, it's a goofy poster. Even, we could go and look at this. Let's look at this vehicle here that's flipping in the air. This is one of the big mistakes, especially as a car guy, that I see. This vehicle is no engine, no drivetrain, no exhaust, gas tank, or anything like that. It's like a stunt vehicle. And it's pretty ridiculous for me to... I would never put that on a poster where somebody could stare at it for so long and figure out what's wrong there. Looking at it in a movie just for a single frame or a couple frames, barely a second on screen is fine. You'd never want to show that off on something that somebody could just stare at for a while and pick it apart. Obviously, the poster is conveying the message that it is meant to be conveying. Powerful characters. I don't know if this guy's supposed to be taken seriously, but seeing some of the action scenes in the movie, they're quite comical. But it is an action movie poster, and that's what we're getting. Probably strictly tons and tons of entertainment out of the movie. So hopefully you guys liked the video, and please like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and we'll be doing some more of these posters for the rest of the month. And let me know what you guys think, and if you guys would watch this movie based on this poster, because I think I probably have to go watch this movie now, even if it's dubbed or whatever. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week with another movie poster breakdown.